In other global news, former U.S. President Donald Trump saw 2 of the 4 criminal cases against him move forward on Thursday. In Washington, D.C., the U.S. Supreme Court heard arguments related to Trump's claim that he is immune from federal prosecution, and this is in a case related to allegations that he sought to overturn the 2020 election results. While in New York, Trump was again in court in a case connected to hush money payments made to adult movie star Stormy Daniels in the run-up to the 2016 elections. More coming up in our next report. Take a look.
The U.S. Supreme Court's conservative justices on Thursday signaled sympathy to the argument that presidents have some immunity against criminal charges, as Donald Trump seeks to be shielded from special counsel Jack Smith's federal election subversion case. During oral arguments, conservative Justice Samuel Alito expressed concern about presidents having to worry about being indicted after leaving office.
Will that not lead us into a cycle that destabilizes the functioning of our country as a democracy?
Liberal Justice Elena Kagan probed hypothetical examples of presidential wrongdoing.
If a president sells nuclear secrets to a foreign adversary, is that immune?
Conservative Justice Neil Gorsuch, a Trump appointee, stressed the historical importance of the decision before the court, which has a 6-3 conservative majority.
The dangerousness of accusing your political opponent of having bad motives. And if that's enough to overcome your core powers or any other limits. Reactions, thoughts?
Yeah, so I think that you're raising a very difficult question.
That's the idea, right? I mean,
that is the idea.
You also appreciate that we're
Yes.
writing a rule for the ages.
Trump, the Republican candidate challenging Democratic President Joe Biden in the November 5th election, has pleaded not guilty in the federal election case. He has claimed he is immune from prosecution for trying to undo his 2020 election loss, on the grounds that he was serving as president when he took the actions that led to his indictment. Trump spoke about his immunity claim before heading into a New York court for another of his 4 criminal cases, this one over hush money paid to a porn star.
The president has to have immunity. This has nothing to do with me. This has to do with a president in the future for 100 years from now. If you don't have immunity, you're not going to do anything. You're going to become a ceremonial president.
The justices would need to rule by about June 1st for Trump's trial to be held before the election, according to legal experts. A ruling is expected no later than the end of June.
Meanwhile, in Trump's hush money case, former National Enquirer publisher David Pecker testified at Donald Trump's criminal trial for the 2nd day. He said that he wrangled with Trump and his former lawyer ahead of the 2016 election over who should buy the silence of adult movie star Stormy Daniels, who said they had sexual encounters with him. For more on this, our correspondent Susan Tarani tells us how important Pecker's testimony was. Take a listen.
This case raises fundamental questions about the balance of power in America's democracy and the accountability of elected officials. If the court rules in favor of Donald Trump, it could have far-reaching implications for the rule of law and the ability of the judiciary to hold the executive branch accountable. On the other hand, if the court rejects Donald Trump's immunity claim, it could reinforce the principle that no one is above the law, not even the president. And the justices were concerned mostly about how this ruling would affect future presidents.